how it started and sure and know about it. So what is RAS? So RAS is the military, and the Rastafarianism is...
It was named after Rastafari Khan, which was the first name of the emperor before he became Haile Selassie.
So when the emperor became Haile Selassie, his name had to be changed.
Yes.
I did a little digging, I'm sorry. Yes. So his name was changed from
Tafari Makonnen.
Tafari. So that's where Rastafari comes from. See now? Okay, all right, soft questions, we got some hard ones coming. And so what happened after that? Why were the people of Jamaica so, was it because they had a hope of going back to the land that was free, or they felt, what was it?
Well, we don't believe the Harlem Renaissance, even before.
The Harlem Renaissance?
Yes.
And the Harlem Renaissance was?
The Rastafari movement started as a result of that prophecy.
As a result of that. Are you Rast?
No, I'm not. But a Ras at heart.
At heart?
Yes.
Okay, so King Haile Selassie was Ras and Tafara. No, Ras is the name of the
title.
The title.
Yes.
And his name was Tafari.
Yes.
Wow.
His first name.
I bet you a lot of Rastafarians don't know that. I know that now.
Yeah.
They know. They know. Okay. All right. I know we're way past our bedtime, and there are a lot of old people here like me who have to go back to bed because we're old. So we're going to kind of wrap it up now. I want to take one pressing question from the audience. So there's one person that has a pressing question. No pressing questions? All right, great, because I have two more. Now, hard questions.
Nobody has a question?
What advice would you give to someone who is aspiring to become a politician? Most of us, when we think of politics, we call politics a dirty world. And so we don't want to get involved. We look at the things that are going on, for example, in Russia and in the Ukraine, and we have more of a criticism, but we don't get involved. What advice would you give to someone who wants to change the world by getting into politics, but they think it's a dirty world?
Well, firstly, that they're very, very fortunate to live in a system where democracy exists. And what cost of opportunity it is while you are allowed to exercise your voice, that you don't use it, that you don't use your activism to change the environment locally around you, and you start from there and you can change things around the world. Many people don't have that opportunity. So by leading that as an example, that would be a great thing.
So you're actually saying we actually have the means and the power to change. So stop complaining.
Absolutely. I believe in that.
Two last questions. I'm saving the worst one for the last. Here's a soft one I forgot. My concept of Africa is that there are a lot of religions, there are a lot of ways. Why did you choose to serve God, the Christian God, I should say? Why did you choose to become a Christian when there were so many other religions around you?
Well, Ethiopia is one of the oldest Christian nations around the world ever to exist. So, in part, it's something I inherited out of the society and out of the family I was born. But also, most people don't know that Ethiopia is not just simply where Christianity also developed and came about as a national religion, as a state religion, but Islam also. Ethiopia was the first to accept the followers of Prophet Muhammad, to come and live in peace in Ethiopia. Hence, it's a country of faith, generally. And it is a country also that worked to develop a culture of tolerance amongst different religions, including us.
Therefore, my question is, why Christ? Why would he follow Christ?
He narrated.
Why not Islam?
Well, I believe in the teachings of Christ. Essentially, being Christian is part and parcel of the heritage of Judeo-Christianity as a civilization. I mean, Ethiopia went through that historical development, and it has served our people. It has served our people to have reverence for God. And the way I learned about having reverence for God is not to fear Him, but to have reverence, which is a different concept. Yeah, to love Him.
Last question. This is the top question of the night. And we're going to just, if you would give us permission to have people just come and perhaps just say a word. I think a lot of people were so eager that we were here. So last question before the grandmothers go to bed. This is a tough one. I'm warning you. I have looked at leadership around the world for decades, centuries, and I think about assassinations or people who stand in leadership and they're doing all for the people, because of the people, giving their lives to the people. And yet there is someone that would not honor that and would plot assassinations. And what I have noticed is that kings, lots of kings in the past, have fortified their lives or have put a force field of witchcraft around them in order to fortify their lives so that they will live and not die. But you chose Christ instead of witchcraft to be the power that you chose. Why?
I think
Tough question.
It's a tough question, and I have reflected a little bit on it, because what does integrity mean? You know, this is integrity means that you live your own life, you live your own truth, and you don't have no fear. And that fear comes basically for us Christians, our belief in our faith in God, and of a life that goes beyond this into the eternal. So, in a sense, those who cover themselves out of fear, like have salvation through the price He paid for us, and that is also a very merciful God.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to invite Her Imperial Highness Princess Georgia to just come and stand before we close tonight. And we were supposed to have a little meet and greet. If you will give 1 second of your time to just say hello to the Prince, His Imperial Highness, after we close. Princess, say hello. You know, it is said that behind every great man is a greater woman. Ladies and gentlemen, let's stand for the princess. Okay, we're going to close. I don't know if you'd like to stand here with me. Oh, you want to make a presentation?
Good
Can you introduce yourself to, Professor, can you introduce yourself to the congregation?
Oh, my name is Gabriel Dunya. I'm from Boston University, African Studies.
So we're here, Pastor, can you come up, please? Prince?
Pastor Jackie, in commemorating this great evening with your congregation, we want to present you and the congregation something you remember us with. And it's given out of love and a tradition which my grandfather used to do by presenting the Ethiopian cross, the Abyssinian church, and various other churches around the world. So I would like very much to present this cross to you and to the congregation in remembrance of this evening.
Wow.
We will find a wonderful place to put it. Thank you.
Turn it around. Let us see it. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we get ready to close tonight, I'm going to ask you to do the same thing we did again when we just started. And that is we're placing eternity in our lives tonight. The value of eternal life. Will you bow your heads with me again as we close? I think it was a wonderful night. I heard a lot of things that I did not know. But I know there is